Today, we're digging into a deal that could literally change Hollywood as we know it.
So check this out. The number that's got everyone talking is just massive. $82 billion. That's what Netflix has reportedly put on the table to buy Warner Bros. Discovery. You know, just the home of DC, HBO, and basically half the characters you grew up with.
Now, you'd think fans would be going nuts, right? Well, some are, but a lot of people are actually pretty worried. Because word on the street is that this huge number, it might just be a smokescreen. The real story here is way more complicated.
Okay, let's really get into this, because a deal this big is never, ever as simple as it looks on paper. It's not just about who writes the biggest check. First thing you gotta know, these mega mergers take forever to actually happen. We're talking 12 to 18 months of lawyers and regulators picking every little thing apart. That's a huge amount of time for things to go sideways or for the whole thing to just completely collapse.
And trust me, things are probably going to go sideways because Netflix isn't the only one at the table. Oh no, they've got a powerful rival waiting in the wings, which means a bidding war is about to kick off.
Okay, so this is where it gets super interesting. You look at this and you see Netflix's $82 billion, all cash. That seems like a slam dunk, right? But look over at Paramount's side. Political backing. That's a huge deal. They've got friends in high places who apparently want them to win. So this isn't just about cash, it's about power and politics.
And it's not just about the bidding war. This whole thing is setting off major alarm bells for regulators. We're talking about some serious antitrust concerns that could impact the whole industry.
And here's one of the biggest fears put into a single, scary number. 5,000. That's how many movie theaters in North America could shut down if this deal goes through. Why? Because a Netflix-owned Warner Brothers would be all about streaming, which could just gut the theater business.
Which brings us to a really fascinating and kinda cynical question. What if Netflix's goal isn't actually to buy Warner Bros. At all? What if they're playing a different game entirely?
So there's this theory making the rounds called the paralysis strategy, or regulatory entanglement. The idea is that Netflix knows this deal will get stuck in a regulatory nightmare for a year, maybe 2, and while Warner Bros. Is trapped, unable to make any big moves, Netflix just keeps getting stronger. They're not trying to buy them, they're trying to freeze them.
And look, this isn't just some crazy fan theory from the internet. You've got powerful people in Washington, like Senator Mike Lee, already going on record saying, hey, there are a lot of signs of antitrust problems here. The alarm bells are ringing loud and clear.
So yeah, a congressional hearing seems pretty much guaranteed at this point. That means Netflix is marching straight into a huge legal and political battle, a fight they might not actually win.
But what if Netflix isn't the only one playing chess here? There's this incredible theory bubbling up that says the real puppet master in all of this is the guy from Warner Bros. Discovery himself, CEO David Zaslav.
The theory goes that Zaslav is playing some next-level 4D chess. Think about it. Step 1, he accepts Netflix's offer knowing full well it's going to get slammed by the government. Step 2, he makes sure there's a huge ironclad multi-billion-dollar breakup fee in the contract for when the deal fails. Step 3, he then uses Netflix's ridiculously high offer to go back to Paramount and say, beat that. No matter what happens, his company profits.
And just look at the results of this maneuvering. The company's value basically skyrockets. We're talking from around $25 billion to nearly $75 billion. He potentially tripled his company's valuation without making a single new movie. It's just a masterstroke of corporate strategy.
And here's the cherry on top. If the government does what everyone expects and blocks the Netflix deal, Warner Bros. Discovery just walks away with a check from Netflix for $5 billion. That's $5 billion for doing absolutely nothing. It's basically free money.
So, when you put all the pieces together, the government roadblocks, the other bidders, the genius chess game being played, what's the most likely way this whole drama is going to end?
Well, the path of least resistance looks something like this. The Netflix deal hits a wall with regulators. It's dead. Warner Bros. Discovery cashes that huge breakup fee. And then, with Netflix out of the picture, Paramount swoops back in and buys the company. Only now, they have to pay a much, much higher price for it.
So why should you even care about all this corporate back and forth? Well, because whoever wins this war gets to decide the future of your favorite movies.
If Paramount wins, you'll probably still see Batman and Wonder Woman on the big screen. But if Netflix had won, it could have meant everything goes straight to streaming. A totally different world for Hollywood.
So it all comes down to this one last question. Was this whole thing a brilliant business strategy? A masterclass in getting the best price? Or was it a reckless gamble that put the entire future of movies at risk? It's a high-stakes chess game, and the final checkmate? Well, it hasn't happened yet.